That girl, Dora, her movie ain't even out yet. And already starting shit. Already in a controversy.
The jungle is perfectly safe.
No taste!
You're always a winner when you get some merchandise from dtmerch.com, which is what our winner will get, including that classic black tee with the white logo, along with this man right here. He has not moved yet. All the various other kind of shirts we have in here. That cup still in there. Baby tees, phone covers. Talking about your support, which you do through your donations, your, more importantly, subscriptions. Little Dora talking about, what I do? No, baby, not you. No, you're good. Little Dora, you good. It's that big Dora we talking about.
Oh, look. Dora brought a knife on the field trip, everybody. Seriously? You had that in your backpack?
That's what everybody said. Sorry, what the f was that?
The monkey?
Yeah.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that's what they were saying. They were like, oh.
Everybody, when we first saw the trailer, everybody was like, what the f is that? That's Boots the monkey? What the hell is that?
Well, you couldn't get a real monkey.
No, but they could
to wear boots.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. CG that shit on or something.
No, that's CG. Ooh.
Yeah, but yeah, this shit right here, everybody looked at that, and that is actually Danny Trejo as the voice of Boots right there.
Oh, just the voice.
Just
no,
the voice.
Really Danny Trejo.
Yeah, no, he has some great lines like, It's not even Big Dora, man. It's not even Big Dora, the one that is starting trouble. Everybody looking forward to her movie. Everybody thinks she's gonna be all right. You know, it's just a different Dora.
Sure.
You know,
that's grow up sometime.
She's got to grow up sometime, man. But ooh, she grew up a little too fast for little somebody out there.
Uh-oh.
And they had some words that people didn't appreciate. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter.
So you know it's true.
So you know it's true. Well, it's really an opinion, but that opinion, a lot of people said, man, you should have kept that shit to yourself.
Oh, no.
You do not need to put that out there. So you got the chief film critic, Todd McCarthy over there. That's him. Damn, look like he just went on a bender. Yeah. I saw Dora the Explorer. Really? I wrote a review. Yeah, man. And so you must have been drunk, some people say, to have written what you put in that review. Now, say what you will about Dora the Explorer. You know, it ain't my Dora. I didn't expect this right here. Why we need a movie? The show was fine, whatever. Why you changing up? But bottom line is that it is for kids.
Yes.
You can see the wacky hijinks that she's up to, you know. Getting trapped by buses right here. Except for when she hits a pole and blows up in a cloud of blood. But with the review that this guy wrote, he said, you know something? He says, yeah, it's the kids' movie, but you ain't fooling me. I see the urges of these. Man, yeah. He's like, you ain't fooling me. These ain't kids. These ain't little kids. That's not little Dora that I know. No, that's big, thirsty, sexually active Dora we got right there.
Sexually active.
You ain't fooling me, man. I know that. I know she might be little Dora to y'all, but she all woman to me.
I know what my dick got hard.
Yeah. Man, and now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but this guy, what he wrote, a lot of people kind of took it along those lines. And understand that I'm not about to, go on some crusade here. I'm not about to protest this guy or anything. I'm not trying to say he needs to lose his job. I'm not trying to say that, we need to start boycotting the Hollywood Reporters. Nothing like that. But this is a lesson in,
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the up, man, and know what you're doing. And maybe the Hollywood Reporter needs to think about the system they got over there, because I don't know how this happened. But this is an excerpt from the review right here. And the review is is up. I haven't taken it down or anything, so the Hollywood Reporter is standing by that man. But you can see there it is. Hollywood Reporter. You have Dora and the Lost City of Gold film review. You can see that it's a pretty long review right there, pretty lengthy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you to this excerpt right here.
To a nasty ass excerpt.
to the nasty ass, the juicy part. When we get to this is good and everything. We can get to the nasty part. But here's the excerpt that has a few people kind of stepping back and going like, ugh. And this is it. What keeps things alive up to a point is the imperturbable attitude of the titular heroine. Man, again, just for using those words, it's a fucking kids movie, man. You don't even need these goddamn $15, $20 words for Dora. You right trying to write literature for Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Titular heroine who is invested with Try and Stop Me Spirit by Mona, that's the actress, who's actually 18 and looks it despite preventative measures. The same goes for Wahlberg, I think he plays Diego, who's 19. There's a palpable gap you can't help but notice between the essentially innocent, borderline pubescent nature of the leading characters in the film itself, and the more confident and mature vibes emanating from the leading actors. The director seems to be trying to keep the hormones at bay, but there are some things you just can't disguise. Perhaps human nature first and foremost. Dora seems committed to projecting a pre-sexualized vision of youth, while throbbing unacknowledged beneath the surface is something a bit more real. Its presence rigorously ignored. To be believed, the story should have been set in 1995. What the f*** you doing, man? 1955.
That doesn't make any sense.
What the f*** were you on that night, man, when you wrote this shit?
Hand on his dick.
What the f*** were you? That is not a review. That is 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
You know, throbbing. Yeah, this is fan fiction. Throbbing unacknowledged beneath the surface.
Now, I haven't seen it yet.
Why are you so into trying to make these kids look horny? Because the thing is, he sounds mad. He sounds disappointed that these kids are trying to hide their urges and desires. He sounds mad these kids ain't just breaking down and f***ing each other in the middle of the movie. It sounds like some shit that you are reading into, man.
Right, yes.
Because, the thing is, because when I look at the trailer for that, I ain't seen the movie yet, but when I look at the trailer, I ask different questions.
Right.
I ask like, what shit is this monkey on right here? Or, why is there some talking kleptomaniacs fox wearing a mask and gloves? The thing I'm not asking is, why aren't these kids f***ing each other?
I mean, they're in the jungle.
They all hot and sweaty and everything. And they got throbbing urges that they need to acknowledge.
You can see they want to.
Right. All I can see is her getting caught on a bus and running through shit.
Did you even see the same film? You know what I think? I think he actually saw that college humor parody of Dora the Explorer.
Hola, Diego.
Dora, it's been a while. I haven't seen you since.
Now, when you got that right there, dude, with his chest out and shit, and, obviously this ain't no f***ing kid or anything. And even then, I would be like, well, he ain't trying to f*** nobody either, But, because you didn't see a Nickelodeon movie when you saw this. You saw something way deeper. You saw some fucking Cinemax movie. Skinemax.
It's got me curious about this movie now. I don't want to chime in because I'm afraid I'll see it and go like, oh, I totally see what he's talking about.
Yeah, maybe, but even then, is this
you think of Dora the cartoon, you're like, okay, there's no way that's in there. And you look at these clips, and it's like, it goes kind of cute, but it's not sexualized. But who knows, man? We see the whole movie. They might be dropping clues here and there.
He saw a bunch of horny teenagers fighting back urges because they had to play innocent kids.
Right.
He's like Dora's going through the jungle, sweating and licking her lips, looking at Diego and shit.
I'm your cousin, right?
Then they look at the screen and start blinking. Like they remember in the cartoon, they wait for the kids to figure stuff out. They just,
I'd have sex with my cousin. Would you?
Think. ding. Look for him on screen.
I'm waiting. Y'all going? Hey,
What'd I say?
Oh, none of y'all ever thought of that. Okay, fine. It's just me.
I'm the weird one.
yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to act all again morally superior to this guy. We get it though, all of us. Let's let's acknowledge it. We get it. Dora is way more developed than little Dora on the show is.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say things that make people uncomfortable. Yes, the girl playing it. She's 18. She's got breasts. I'm sorry if that makes people cringe. I'm not saying that in a sexualized way. I'm just saying yes. We see the difference.
It's simply a fact.
It's
Also,
and you know what? And the thing is, her being an 18-year-old girl who's more developed than the cartoon character. No, it's not off limit to jokes. You know, it depends on how far you take those jokes, but it's not off limit to joking about. Again, sorry if that makes you cringe, but I think the boundaries that might have been overstepped here is that, this guy, I don't know if he realizes it or not, but he sexualized these characters. I think that's a mistake. The mistake that was made. Yeah, you can sit around, joke, and point out the obvious, but you don't have to cross a line when you're sexualizing in your writing, especially because that's the thing. It's the tone of the review. It's a serious review. That he's writing, probably a little bit too serious for Dora Explorer.
Well, yeah.
You in there throwing words around like imperturbable and shit like that. I mean, come on, man.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, inconceivable. Yeah.
I mean, unless he's just trying to be ironic with how serious he was being the whole time.
Well, it didn't come across.
Well, whether it comes across or not, that could have been his intent.
I think his tone in there was just not good. Because even I looked at it, because I'm like I said, I'm not sitting up here all upset about it and everything. I just looked at it and I said, if I was writing a review in this tone for a kid's movie, I would not start talking about the sexualized versions of these kids that's going on in my head. I just don't.
Wouldn't have been my first tact.
No. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
As much crazy shit that I'm saying, and it does bring things to a certain point that I'm gonna ask about. Now, listen, I'm like you. I don't slack the guy for like coming in and probably pointing out the obvious. There's a point where he probably just should have said some things like, because we say this all the time. Because we say this shit all the time. Listen, if he had just gone in and said, man, these grown ass people, they ain't no high school. Say that and leave it at that. But you had to tell people how you really felt. It's just like
1955.
He
had to sit up here and write, man, these kids want come on, man.
Yeah, as soon as you said cut, there was.
But the way you just said it just now, it doesn't sound like anything we wouldn't have said on one of these shows.
And you see, that's why I have it right here. I want to ask you guys a question. I mean, before I get to that question, because that's why I brought up tone. A lot of things that we do here, a lot of people probably can take as a joke and know that we're not being serious because we're not writing a very serious toned review.
Sure.
People know that we're joking. People know that we're gonna pull back and be like, yeah, we're not serious, But when you start talking about the sexualized nature of youth in this movie, you're writing in a serious tone. People think you were seriously thinking that shit then. I think that's the mistake that happened because there was a lot of blowback on this, man. Listen, I'm sure people write things all the time that somebody needs to tell them. Because I think about this. You mean to tell me that not one person over at the Hollywood Reporter, which has been around for years before the internet. The Hollywood's been, I believe, maybe, I get lost sometimes, but I think the Hollywood Reporter was a magazine before the internet.
Yes, still a magazine.
Yeah. So you got the old school implementations of journalism there. What I mean by that, fact checkers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Of course, it was a magazine for the internet. I mean, look how old that motherfucker is.
Yeah,
they didn't just hire him last.
Oh no!
I mean, come on, that motherfucker been working since they had typesetters and shit.
Yeah, you got copy editors.
Yeah,
you have editors. You have people that go in and check everything before it goes out. You mean to tell me not one person along that chain didn't look at this shit and say, "Come on, man." Now
But there could have been one person, and then could have been one person said, "Come on," and then 2 or 3 other people said, "Like, what? It's fine. It's funny."
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if we're now at an age where somebody, when they being that everything is moving towards digital because, publishing, physical publishing, is waning. You have to have an internet presence.
Sure.
And of course, being on the internet means that everything has to be posted quickly. So I'm wondering if this dude was just able to when he was done, just press send and that shit went right up.
Yeah, and you talk about copy editors. They could be at a point where they take it, they run it through spell check, they run it through Grammarly, and everything else, get it out there. Yeah. And if, say, you're running your editorial, you're running a newspaper.
Yeah.
Are you really feeling like I got to double check a review for Dora the Explorer?
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Everything that's published. Yeah, I mean that is. I
know it's all on you, but as of all the things you got to do, it's going to be a low priority.
No, it's not.
This is more so about this guy's position.
I believe that's what it is. Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's what it is. I'm telling you. I mean, my mother was in the newspaper business for almost 40 years. You know that. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's more about this guy's position than anything else.
Yeah.
And that's why he's able to do an opinion like this on that.
Is it? I ask you, for your opinion straight up. Is this people going too far? Another case of bandwagoning? Should he be called out for this?
I don't know if he should be called out for it, but I mean, it's
when I say called out, I don't mean punished or anything.
Oh,
but just
no.
Hey,
I mean,
man, you want to be careful about this.
It's odd enough to where it's definitely worth a conversation on this kind of forum. I don't know that it's worth any more than that. I mean, he didn't go too far with it. He did say some bizarre things, to be sure.
Yeah.
But I think I understand the 1955 reference in terms of they're holding back because you couldn't do things like that in 1955, which kind of makes things weird.
It makes things even weirder, yeah.
Yeah, which makes it a little more.
I got a little lost on that point. The only thing I found even mildly salacious was maybe 2 sentences out of that whole thing. Dora seems committed to projecting a prepubescent, sexualized version of youth while throbbing. That right there. That's one of those where I'm like, all right, I got to see this movie because I can't imagine all this. That's the one where my eyebrow goes up and I scratch my head.
Yeah. At
the same time, it's enough to have a conversation about. Probably one with him. To go, all right, explain this to me before, because maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Before I see it.
But it's not enough for me to get up in arms about because nobody's being harmed by it.
No.
I look at the chat. Chat said maybe they knew it was going to blow up.
Man. And you see that kind of thing all the time too. I guess
Hamduma said that.
I guess my thing is so many people can have different reactions to it. Where some could be outraged. And some could just see it as not even notice it. And some would be like, that's odd.
See, that's the thing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you.
Well, just with so many different reactions, I don't think there's a stock, all right, well, then this guy needs to be punished or pay or anything like that. Or even make a big deal out of it.
I just kind of I'm not outraged, but I'm just kind of like, man,
I'm baffled.
Yeah, but I'm kind of confused. Like, man, what made you think those? Yeah, it's like, and maybe you don't, and like there's a teachable lesson here. Maybe you just want to not do that next time.
Teachable lesson
here.
Unless he was like, no, I know you guys are misunderstanding my point.
Well, and it's still up there, so they haven't pulled it. Like I said, I'm not looking for them to pull the review. I'm not leave that shit up there, please. Yeah. No, I'm not looking for them to pull it at all. It's still there unless it got taken down a little while ago or something. But it's
it makes me want to read his other reviews, to be honest. Just see what he says about other stuff.
No.
Yeah, it's no Harry Knowles Blade 2 review where he compared watching the movie to performing cunnilingus and went into long paragraphs of detail about it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What the
That's what I say when I read the review.
I never heard that. Jesus.
Yeah.
So did he like the movie? Oh,
to this day, we don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got off track there." God damn, I gotta look that up now.
I want to read that dude's review. I want to read some of his other children's reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that Candy Crush girl is holding back from Wreck-It Ralph. You know he wants to wreck it.
You know she would get wrecked, too. You know that bitch is 18.
Why she playing?
I love Toy Story 4, but Bo Peep is a total cock tease.
Holding that staff. I got you.
You know Andy and Woody were doing things at night, not fighting their urges. If you read into it, Woody and Andy.
Woody give Andy a Woody.
What the ain't no, we didn't we never saw this shit, man.
That wasn't there.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Now that does bring me to the question. You're right. Do we go too far? Maybe. I mean, we joke around. I mean, like we've been doing through this whole thing right here, and we have been known to go in and sexualize certain things in kids' cartoons.
Sure.
You know, we talked about Elastic for a good 10 minutes. Talked about her ass.
Okay, that they were showing that ass off like a motherfucker.
Showing it right now. Look at it.
I was at home when she first got on that bike. I remember I was at home on Netflix watching this shit. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, you
we won.
Pause.
Yeah. Home Alone.
But you know, and the internet did it, man. But I mean, I can sit up here and say that okay, we were joking. You guys know that was our tone and whatnot. But does that really excuse us for doing that? I mean, I'm asking. I'm not accusing us.
Right.
That's
No,
the girl's 45 years old.
No. It's a legit question.
She in high school.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
I mean, that's
She ain't
true.
no teenager.
That is true.
That's the thing. She grown. And I mean, remember in the first one, she look at her ass like, oh, it got kind of big.
But aren't we objectifying women by that?
No, I don't think anything I've
No,
ever done
because
is
if
wrong.
somebody said, you know, look at the bulge on the strongman, whatever his name is, then
When have we said that though?
No, I said, but if somebody had said it,
On what strong man?
what's his name?
I know.
Yeah. Who you talking about, man?
You know what I'm talking about.
Whoops.
You know what I mean. I'm just saying.
What's the dude you saw at the grocery store?
With the kind of comedy we do, there's always a chance of someone saying, "Hey, you stepped on me. You took it too far. You hurt my feelings."
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, it comes with the territory, and I don't mean that we should necessarily give up, but it's just gonna happen. I mean, part of it is like, hey, yeah, we know we're doing this, but we're doing it for an audience who understands and finds humor in it, but actually finds extra, even more humor in it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if what we were doing really was terrible, I think the numbers would show that.
I don't want to sit up here and say that. Oh, but it's fine. You know, people know what we're talking about.
No.
It's not really up for me to say.
Well,
you know, that should be from outside criticism.
You know, we should do a lot edgier humor, and we pull way back on that from where we start.
Yeah.
When people talk about pulling up old shows from the Spill days,
Oh, man.
I'm like, please don't.
Yeah.
I don't want that back out there.
I said some shit back then. I was like,
Oh yeah, you said some shit tonight.
I'm not sure what I said. Like I said, nothing I've ever done is wrong.
But at the time, I thought, oh, this is funny, and you know, not a lot of people are doing this, and it has an edge, and it makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I'm like, well, I'm actually kind of tired of doing that, and I don't want so many people walking away feeling bad.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought I'd bring it up, man. You know, I just wanted to.
Hey, no, it's good to stop and
something to
re-examine
learn,
every
yeah.
so often.
Because I mean, it's not just me talking about this guy. The guy's actually. Let me put a positive spin on this. The guy's actually. I've read some of his reviews. You know, I mean, I grew up watching reviews, so I follow certain people, and I've read some of Todd McCarthy's reviews. The guy's a good writer, so I don't want to sit up here and just seem like we're dogpiling on the guy.
Well, his position definitely reflects.
Yeah,
that,
no,
so,
the guy's a good writer. He's been writing for years. I've been reading his stuff for years, and it's not me trying to vilify him at all. I do think that there was small error in judgment right there for, again, the tone of the review, but it's. I don't want to. I want to point it out just because I just want something to talk about on the show. But, but I do want to point it out in a way that will also say it did make me reflect on ourselves. Because while I'm sitting up here talking about this guy, we've all had errors in judgment, man.
Yeah.
You know, with something that we've said, or don't. And you got and that is true. You got to take into consideration. TJ said the form of media, which is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we
the
have
style
set
of
up-
his review. That's serious. This is a comedy show.
And we're also doing a live show where there's no time to edit what we're saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
so what's his
it's
excuse?
editing on, it's editing on the fly. But yeah, so we got that over him.
Yeah. So no, that is true. That is very much true.
Although it'd be hilarious if we were to. Yes, true. That's very true. Yeah, otherwise it'd be like, oh man, cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But it'd be hilarious if we went to see this movie tomorrow and it's all full of Michael Bay shots.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that would be so.
Or
Crotch getting out the bus.
or just because this dude wrote this review, you go to the movie tomorrow, it's just full of dudes. Just middle-aged man in there.
But back to you, funny, like if every little shot in the trailer just cuts off before something nasty happens.
Oh, yeah.
When she's getting caught in the bus and the shirt tears off, the water comes on, she's all just posing and shit.
Yeah, she's coming out the Amazon. Well, I'll be there.
Sign me up. He was trying to tell us something.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. Get our notifications so you never have to be without us. You can always be with us if you go to our main site, doubletoasted.com. Why? Because over there, you can watch the full video, this video right here, uncensored, unedited. And you can also watch our live streams that happen almost every night. While I'm recording this, it is 1 o'clock at night, so I'm here for you. Also, check out our store. Support us over there, dtmerch.com. And remember, if nothing else, stay toasty.